decent pot.
Well, what a nice afternoon. Not much going on the fish front, but I didn't really expect that. Yeah, nice. Just bummed out a bit of bait over both rods. I need to pop to my car to get my sunglasses. The sun's going to be right in my eyes tonight. Second session at Horseshoe. Blanked the first one, as expected to be honest. Got here about 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. Managed to knock off work a little bit early. Now 8 o'clock, just fishing this evening. I'll fish into dark a little bit probably, but not hang around too long. I've got to get up early tomorrow. Trying a different area. Found a load of bloodworm in a weed bed out in this swim, so I think that's a good sign really. I think that's where the tench will be, feeding on the bloodworm. Just trying to, I keep getting my bait keeps coming in covered in weed, but it's kind of silkweed, so I think I'm fishing over it all right. Just swapped to a more buoyant imitation maggot, which will hopefully just pop it up just above the weed bed. Just fishing through the feeder on that one. Casting every half hour, just a little inline feeder, tiny little hook length, about 4 inches. Yeah, so fingers crossed. Still very early season, it's 9th of April today. Left hand one, I've just kind of found an area next to a bit of weed, and I'm fishing there. Helicopter rig with a ground bait feeder, and a load of hair rig worms, dendrobinas, chopped up. And so far nothing on either of them. But it's only been a couple of hours proper fishing, so I think early season they feed into dark a little bit more. They tend to feed a little bit later, in my experience here. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. But yeah, lovely evening. Fingers crossed something happens. If not, the hunt goes on. It's just finding them really here. I know the tactics will catch plenty of fish when I find them, but it's a massive lake, massive. With the cold nights, it's warm during the day. It was 23 degrees today, but the nights is still very cold. So I don't think they'll be in the shallower water. That is a very good sign. Found the bloodworm. Well, pretty quiet so far. Getting a few peeps. getting a lot of these. These pochard duck keep growing their baits. Afternoon. So done Horseshoe for the third session of the season. No fish yet. First day complete blank. Second one was just a few hours in the evening, but didn't have anything then either. And then I've been fishing for probably about 5 hours today, really. Properly fishing for sort of 4. Just baiting up and finding spots for the first hour. But yeah, just bombed a load of bait out, and might bomb a load more when those pochard ducks move off my bait, because they've been hammering it for the last hour. But yeah, just going into the evening. A few tench have been caught, a couple of swims down. Guys have had 6, but they've been here since Monday, so they've had a long session. They've not had anything today. But I'm fairly optimistic for the evening. Sun cream in the eye. Right, session 4 at Horseshoe, I think. 3 blanks so far. The worst day of the week, really. It's pretty miserable. It's going to be really sunny the rest of the week, and it has been really sunny up to today. So, decided to change my day off, and it's horrible. It's just been raining a little bit. There's been a few tench coming out though. Just saw the swim, like 3 swims along. Those guys have had quite a few actually. They've had 6 or 7 each. Been here since yesterday. Just saw them catch one, literally 2 ounces under a double. So really nice fish. Really big old tench that was. So yeah, I've dropped into this one, which is like the mouth of Summer Bay, really. Just looked about right. I was chatting to some other tench fish down in the bay, and he's not really had anything this morning. It just looks a bit bleak down there. There's not much weed or anything. And the weather today, if it was a bit sunny, I might be tempted to go deeper down, and that water warms up a bit more. Still fairly shallow where I am at the moment though, but yeah, I figure it's probably the best bet, seeing as they've had a few fish up there, and I know there's been some fish have been coming out of this swim as well, so yeah, we'll give it a go. And to be fair, if I don't get anything here for a few hours at all, I might move, especially if they're still catching up there and I know the tench are still feeding. Then I'm obviously in the wrong spot, so I'm not travelling too heavy. My car's right behind me, so I can chuck some stuff in the car, lighten up and move it around a little bit, because I think if I'm in the right spot, I'll find out pretty quickly if they're feeding. So yeah, we'll see. The water seems to have warmed up a bit this week with all the sun. yeah, and like I said, there's a few fish coming out, so fingers crossed. So first tench up the season, easing myself into it with a very small fish. Yeah. Probably about 3.5, maybe 4 pounds, or her. It's her actually. Use the other wrists, great with a pike at some point. Okay, so first tench of the season. Always good. A little scrap of that one. Carp, few carp plodding around out there actually. Carp is starting to be, and I thought something showed there. Pretty sure it was a tench rolling, not 100% though. Just on the edge of the tree line, just there. Might pop a rod down there. Right, back at Horseshoe again, blowing a gale here, right in the, casting into the wind. It's a nice southwesterly though, so it's quite warm. But yeah, tough fishing actually, it's quite tough casting. But conditions are good. Absolute nightmare getting here. Drove almost 2 hours from work to realise that I'd left my permit at home, so then I had to drive an hour and a quarter home. An hour and a quarter back here, so I've been driving for about 4.5 hours to get here, just for a quick evening session. So that's commitment for you. It's also stupidity for you and forgetfulness. But never mind, here now anyway. Got the evening, it's 4 o'clock, a few hours, and we'll give it a go. Just thinking about trying to spom out a bit of bait, but really tough in this wind. I mean, it's blasting. I'm sat out of it behind this tree a little bit, but take sort of 2 steps to my right and there's a gale blowing at me. Jump out there with a spom and get spomming. Got a load of mostly hemp and a little bit of pellet soaked in molasses. So we'll give that a go. There's the wind. Back in Summer Bay, it's full of carp fishermen, so they're all thinking that the carp have moved in there, which they probably have. Obviously spotted some down there. The quite a comfortable option down there as well. There's a nice, my favourite swim was free down there, and I was very tempted to nip in there. But hey, we'll see. Well, it's getting pretty dark behind me. You can see some threatening clouds. Got everything hidden behind a tree, because otherwise my body will blow away, so I had to take my body into the shelter. And I think it's a case of battening down the hatches, facing the rock, facing away from the water, because that's where the wind's coming. Just spun out a load of bait and went alright actually, pretty much all bang on the spot. A couple went astray. Yeah, keeping on my rods from under here. Got all my waterproofs on, so should be well. Here we go. Tench at last. 6 pound today. Again, what's this one? So that's 6.5. Wind's died down a lot. Maybe. I'd say it's on 7.15. Look at this fish out there. Well, back at Horseshoe, fishing for about half an hour, lost it. Felt like a really decent tench actually, first cast, which is quite annoying. Maybe a good sign, maybe a bad sign, I don't know. Probably means I'm in the right place and the fish are feeding, so I'll take it as a good sign. But yeah, pretty gutted. I was playing it for quite a while, probably about 3 or 4 minutes. Just getting on it, felt heavy and slow, but yeah, definitely a tench. It shot off when I in the bay with my ticket. I had to sprint down from up there using his car. Suddenly shot off but yeah, it felt like a really good fish. Just a bit frustrating, but yeah, got the bait out there again now. A bit more weed around. It's early June now. The lake was closed last week for spawning carp. Apparently didn't go on very long, so I'm waiting for more spawning when we close the close. It's good in that respect because it's windy and rainy. Yeah, it's not really hot, but the water temperatures are alright, so condition wise it's pretty. It's unreal fishing right into the wind. Yeah, had it on worm kebab rig. And the inline mag got on the other one as usual, and yeah, we'll see how we get on really. I'll sort of feel my way into it. I won't maggot, so whatever method's the most successful, put both rods on, and could have been that coot swimming through the line that you can see in the background there. Yeah, fingers crossed, because we've only probably got a couple of seconds left on Horseshoe this season, and try and saloon for the Tench. Well, the second fish, I lost the first one. Oh, I've lost this one as well, I think. Bloody hell. In the weed. Right, so third time lucky that was. Hooked a third fish and landed it. Happy days. I got one in the bank, little one, probably about, I don't know, 3 pounds I suppose. Little male. Yeah. Glad I got one, but still big gutted to lose those two because they felt bigger. Just changed their hook length and did up a fresh rig. I don't know what's wrong with the other one, but yeah, it's just the way it is. Sometimes you've got to bring them through a big bed of weed to get them in, so that's where I lost the other two. I think the first one I was a bit too tentative with, and the second one I was a bit too firm with as a reaction to losing the first one, so never mind. Feels like I'm on them. I've put literally no bait out whatsoever. Been here an hour and had 3 runs, 1 fish, 2 lost, so all on that left hand rod there. All on the worm. Oh, I'll keep going with the maggot for a little bit longer, but I might change that over to a worm. The worm's been a lot better this season. But yeah, the last 2 were sort of immediate to casting out pretty much. Might spawn a bit of bait out. I don't know, it doesn't really seem like I need to be honest. But yeah, those last two bites were just straight after I cast out. So the first one was about 20 seconds after I cast out, and that one was probably only about a minute. Flew off. Just seems to be if I get it on the right spot. But yeah, nice to get some immediate action anyway. The old favourite swim. Haven't fished it for a long time, a couple of years probably. But yeah, I used to spend a lot of time in here in the spring. Some good days here as well. Wow, it's all not really quiet. Frantic start. And that fish, I haven't had anything after that fish at 12:30. It's 20 to 3 now, so I've had 2 hours of just no bites. Very windy, you can probably hear it. Yeah, gone very quiet. Spawned a bit of bait over the right hand rod, the one that I've had nothing on. Actually, tell a lie, I had a drop back on that one, probably about an hour and a half ago actually. Could have potentially been a bird, but I don't think it was. I think it was a drop back, and yeah, struck into nothing when I picked it up. Could have been something swimming through the line or something like that. It wasn't 100% definite. I mean, the bobbin dropped right down. But yeah, I didn't feel anything when I wound into it, so it could have been something swimming through the line or something like that. But yeah, apart from that, really quiet. I was expecting a bit more action after that start. one in the net at last. Bloody hell. Second fish, little male. 5'7". That's quite a big one to this one, so maybe not too bad. It's big, so I'll go up. So I'm telling myself anyway. That's all I lost. I'm ready to sport it. Hopefully there's some big females out there with these little guys. Right, just had another one. 3 fish now. That was the biggest, 5'13". Similar to the other little male that I had before that, 5'7". And then the other one was much smaller. Well, it's definitely a storm coming in. Looks very grey up there. Everything under there. Yeah, it looks pretty grim. It's going to be a big shower, I think. Get under there. Might recast the rods before it comes in, or attempt to. Oh. Here it comes. Well, that was it. It was very quick. Wow. Luckily I spotted this coming in. Quite easily missed it. I just looked behind the tree to my right and this massive cloud coming over. Wonder what this will do to the fishing. Raining pretty heavily all morning, so that's when I had the most action, was when I last got her, so hopefully it might wake him up a little bit. So I've gone still now after that. Good time to have a cast. Right, so last session on Horseshoe, probably. Ticket runs out next Tuesday, I think. Either way, I don't have a day off until it runs out, so I think this will be my last session. I popped in the same swim I was last week. Just lost a fish in the first hour. I've been here about an hour. Went into the weed, walked backwards to pull it out of the weed. Actually managed to free it after a big tug of war. Came in with weed all over it. Got it to sort of just almost netting distance, probably about a foot or two away from the net, and it dropped off. So a bit disappointing. Couldn't really see, didn't get a great view of the fish. I saw it, didn't look like a big one, but you don't know really, because it was just covered in weed, so who knows. But yeah, good start anyway. Just sort of casting about, finding the spots really. But yeah, good positive start. Loads of weed, which is going to be an issue on the line. Not where my baits are, but between me and the baits, which makes it even harder. But yeah. Well, moved on to this swim now. It's about 3 o'clock, just past. A lot of fish came out of this swim a couple of days ago. 30 odd tench, so I figure it's worth a go if they're still here. Really struggling in the wind though, really struggling to get the bait where I need it to be. Haven't even attempted to spot anything yet. But yeah, it's tricky. Well, back into the original swim. Just too windy in that swim that I just moved into. I don't know if the tench were there or not, but I couldn't fish accurately and have any confidence in where I was fishing. It was I was just casting out with those feeders, just getting blown back at me pretty much all over the shop. I didn't even try and spot any bait out. So yeah, I then had a little move over to one of the swims over there. Couldn't find any clear spots. Really weedy. So I didn't fish there. Just casted about looking for a spot. Couldn't really find one, so moved back in here because I've only got a few hours left really. And at least I know I'm in an alright spot. You know, I've lost one fish here today already. Yeah, been back in here about an hour. Had one little pickup, but yeah. Either a fish picked it up and dropped it, which I think is what happened, or maybe it was weed. Getting wiped out by weed. There's loads of this. You can see it all in the margins there. Stand on the bank there. Loads of this stringy weed. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, it's drifting all over the place. Keeps getting caught in the lines. It's a nightmare. I'm in quite a clear spot, but I'm through a load of weed, so it's going to be difficult if I hook a fish. But yeah, did it alright last week. I just walked backwards up the bank, kept the rod tip high and just kept walking backwards, steady pressure, and yeah, that's what I was doing with the one this morning, which was in a massive clump of weed. I got it, like I said, I got it right to the net, but just dropped off about a metre away from the net, which is frustrating. Didn't really get a good glimpse at it. I could kind of see it looked like a alright fish, looked like a decent fish. It wasn't a small one, but I don't think it was massive either. So yeah, spommed a load of bait out. Spommed that big bucket of bait out. Just hemp micro pellets, nothing big. Over a fairly big area out there, really. Didn't do it over like pinpoint accuracy. And that was kind of on purpose because I want to sort of try different areas. There's a sort of big clear patch out there. So yeah, it's got sprinkling of bait all over it. And yeah, we'll see how we go this evening. Fingers crossed. Last evening on Horseshoe. I wouldn't say I've really enjoyed today, to be honest. Just been like put myself under so much pressure to try and have a good day and catch some fish that I've just been running around all over the shop trying different things. My usual problem, itchy feet. Can't just pick a swim and stick to it. I wish I'd just stayed in there all day now, really. It's really worth going up there for 2 or 3 hours, casting into the ridiculous wind. Like there was the water was hitting the sides and just spraying up. It was so strong, and casting into it was yeah, tough. So we'll finish up in here, the old favourite swim, and if we don't have anything, we don't, and if we do, we do. But I'm settled in here and committed to it for the evening. So fingers crossed. Well, 8 o'clock now. Still no fish. Very quiet evening down here. Oh well. Still a bit of time. I'll probably stay till about 10 o'clock, so a couple of hours left, I guess. 8 o'clock, yeah, a couple of hours left, so you never know. But one thing's for certain, they're not down here in numbers feeding, so you know, I might sneak the odd one. The duck eyeing up my bait down there.